Welcome back to our channel. Today we journey into the extraordinary life of Loretta Lynn, a country music legend whose story is as compelling as her songs. From a childhood marked by poverty in the hills of Kentucky to a career that made her the voice of working-class women everywhere, Loretta's life was filled with resilience, heartbreak, and triumph. Her marriage to Oliver Lynn was as tumultuous as it was inspiring, providing material for some of her most iconic hits. But beyond the scandals and struggles, Loretta's impact on country music is undeniable. Join us as we explore the untold truths behind her rise to stardom, the personal battles that shaped her artistry, and the lasting legacy of this coal miner's daughter. Loretta Lynn's childhood paints a vivid picture of resilience and resourcefulness amid extreme hardship. Born Loretta Webb in 1932 in the rugged Appalachian region of Kentucky, she was the second child in what would eventually become a bustling household of 8 siblings. Her family's life was defined by unrelenting poverty, with her father toiling as a coal miner to scrape together just enough to keep food on the table. The Webbs' small cabin, perched in the heart of coal country, became both a sanctuary and a symbol of their struggle. Winters in Kentucky were brutal, with biting winds and freezing temperatures that seemed to seep through every crack in their humble home. With no money for proper insulation, Loretta's mother displayed incredible ingenuity by turning the pages of the Sears catalog into makeshift wallpaper. These colorful pages not only kept the family warmer, but also brought a touch of creativity and life to an otherwise bleak environment. Imagine young Loretta surrounded by walls adorned with glossy advertisements, dreaming of a life far beyond the confines of her tiny cabin, a life that would one day take her to the heights of country music and fame. This early environment of scarcity shaped Loretta's perspective on hard work and perseverance. Despite their struggles, the Webbs' household was filled with the kind of camaraderie and determination that comes from facing adversity together. Loretta's childhood was far from idyllic, but it was this challenging start that would later inform the raw honesty and grit of her music, making her songs resonate deeply with listeners who knew the trials of hard times. By reflecting on these humble beginnings, we see how Loretta's early years laid the foundation for her unparalleled career. Loretta Lynn's career in music had the humblest of beginnings. Encouraged by her husband, who recognized her raw talent, Loretta received her first guitar, a $17 purchase from Sears. This simple gesture set the wheels in motion for a journey that would transform a coal miner's daughter into a country music legend. Despite her initial insecurity, became her biggest cheerleader, tirelessly building her confidence with his belief in her abilities. Her first big break came when she entered and won a local talent show, an experience that was both exhilarating and humbling. The prize wasn't a recording contract or cash, but a wristwatch. Yet this small victory caught the attention of Canadian businessman Norm Burley, who was so captivated by Loretta's voice that he financed a recording session for her in Hollywood. This session resulted in her debut single, I'm a Honky Tonk Girl, which she and would go to great lengths to promote. With little money to spare, Loretta and packed their car with copies of the record and hit the road, personally delivering it to radio stations across the country. They couldn't afford hotels, so they slept in their car and ate simple sandwiches in parks. This grassroots effort, driven by sheer determination, eventually paid off. The song climbed to number 14 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart, marking the beginning of her rise to fame. Loretta Lynn's journey to country music stardom began in the late 1950s, singing at local clubs and forming her own band, the Trailblazers, which included her brother J. Lee Webb. This grassroots approach set the stage for her first big opportunity, when she caught the attention of Zero Records co-founder Norm Burley during a televised talent show in Tacoma, Washington. Loretta's performance was so captivating that Burley arranged for her to record 4 songs in Hollywood, including I'm a Honky Tonk Girl and Whispering Sea. Her debut album, recorded with a team of talented musicians, had a distinct West Coast sound, as Loretta herself described it. While promoting the album, Loretta and Du tirelessly toured across the country, hand-delivering copies of her record to radio stations. This relentless effort paid off when I'm a Honky Tonk Girl climbed to number 14 on the Billboard country charts, marking her first major breakthrough. She toured with established country stars, performed on the legendary Grand Ole Opry, and gained a national platform for her music. Her first major hit, Dear Uncle Sam, was a poignant commentary on the Vietnam War, a topic rarely touched upon in country music at the time. The song's heartfelt lyrics resonated deeply with audiences, cementing her reputation as an artist, unafraid to tackle emotional and controversial subjects. Following her early success, Loretta signed with Decca Records through her partnership with the Wilburn brothers. This collaboration helped her career flourish, with hit singles like Success and You, Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man. The latter not only topped the charts, but made Loretta the first female country artist to write a #1 hit. However, her partnership with the Wilburn brothers came with challenges. Their publishing contract granted them control over her songs, leading to a 30-year battle for her rights. Despite these struggles, Loretta continued to shine. In the 1970s, she collaborated with country legend Conway Twitty, forming one of the most successful duos in country music history. Together, they produced a string of hits, including After the Fire Is Gone, which earned them a Grammy Award. Loretta's solo career also thrived during this time, with iconic tracks like Coal Miner's Daughter and The Pill, the latter breaking barriers by addressing topics like birth control. By 1966, Loretta had achieved something truly remarkable. Not only had she become a grandmother at the young age of 34, but she had also amassed enough success to purchase a sprawling estate in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. This wasn't just any estate. Loretta and Du bought the entire town, turning it into both a family home and a symbol of how far she had come. Loretta's career is a testament to hard work, resilience, and the power of dreams. From driving across the country to promote her first single to becoming a household name, her journey embodies the spirit of country music, authentic, gritty, and deeply personal. Through her songs, Loretta Lynn gave voice to everyday struggles, triumphs, and heartaches, forever solidifying her place as a trailblazer in the world of country music. Loretta Lynn's life was as dramatic as the music she created, and much of that drama stemmed from her tumultuous marriage to Oliver Du Lynn. Their relationship was a roller coaster of passion, conflict, and unrelenting complexity. Du's fiery temper, infidelity, and battles with alcoholism cast long shadows over their marriage, yet this imperfect union became an unlikely source of strength and inspiration for Loretta's artistry, fueling some of her most iconic songs. One of the most controversial songs born from their rocky relationship was Fist City, the track, a fiery warning to women who dared meddle with her husband, was unapologetically raw and brutally honest. It captured Loretta's fierce determination to defend her marriage, no matter how fragile the foundation. But the boldness of the song didn't sit well with everyone. Many radio stations banned it for its unorthodox subject matter. While critics debated its propriety, fans recognized the truth in her lyrics, connecting with her unvarnished portrayal of real-life struggles. Loretta's music wasn't just art, it was therapy. In the broader landscape of country music, Loretta Lynn's unfiltered storytelling stood alongside other legends who found their own unique ways to connect with audiences, such as Dolly Parton. Loretta Lynn and Dolly Parton, two towering figures in country music, shared much more than their Appalachian roots. Both rose from humble beginnings in rural poverty to become symbols of resilience and success. Yet their paths to stardom showcased two distinct approaches to storytelling. Loretta's songs were raw, unfiltered glimpses into the struggles and triumphs of real-life women, while Dolly often infused humor and optimism into her narratives, creating a balance of depth and levity. What set Loretta apart was her fearlessness in addressing taboo topics. Her music was unapologetically candid, reflecting the grit and hardships of working-class life. Dolly, on the other hand, wrapped her truths in wit and charm, crafting an image that was equally inspiring but more polished. Together, these two women redefined the boundaries of country music, proving that it could be as diverse and multifaceted as the lives of the people it represented. The volatile dynamics of her marriage gave her a well of emotions to draw from, and she turned that pain into powerful, relatable anthems. Dew, despite his flaws, played a pivotal role in Loretta's career. He was her toughest critic and biggest supporter, pushing her to overcome self-doubt and break through the barriers of the male-dominated country music industry. Their relationship, though fraught with heartbreak, was the backbone of Loretta's identity as both a woman and an artist. It was a paradox, a union marked by strife, yet one that propelled her to greatness. Through songs like Fist City, Loretta didn't just tell her story, she gave a voice to countless women navigating the complexities of love, betrayal, and resilience. Her music remains a testament to her ability to turn personal chaos into art that resonates across generations. Loretta Lynn was no stranger to controversy. Many of her songs were ahead of their time, tackling taboo topics that some deemed too bold for country music. Tracks like Rated X, which criticized double standards for divorced women, and The Pill, which celebrated the empowerment of women through birth control, sparked heated debates. Another song, Wings Upon Your Horns, explored the emotional weight of losing one's innocence as a teenager. Unsurprisingly, these bold statements led to several of her tracks being banned from country radio. But for Loretta, these songs weren't just music. They were reflections of real life, a testament to her bravery in addressing issues often left unspoken. At just 15 years old, she married Oliver Vanetta Lynn, better known as Dew. Their relationship would become both a source of deep love and enduring challenges, a union as fiery and complicated as the songs she would later write about it. Shortly after their marriage, the couple embarked on a bold move to Washington State, leaving the familiarity of Loretta's Kentucky roots behind. Dew took up work in the logging industry, a demanding job that required long hours and physical labor, while Loretta took on an equally challenging role as a young mother. Their family grew quickly, with Loretta giving birth to 4 children in rapid succession: Betty Sue, Jack Benny, Ernest Ray, and Clara Marie. Each child brought new joy, but also greater responsibilities. Imagine a teenage Loretta, juggling diapers, meals, and the chaos of a growing household, all while adjusting to life far from her Appalachian home. Despite the weight of these responsibilities, Loretta's passion for singing refused to fade. She often found herself humming tunes while doing chores or rocking her children to sleep, the music a steady heartbeat beneath the noise of her busy life. It wasn't easy for Loretta to carve out time for herself amidst the demands of raising 4 young children, but her determination to pursue music began to take root. This early balancing act between family and ambition would become a defining theme in Loretta's life. mirroring the struggles of countless women who have tried to follow their dreams while caring for their families. Loretta Lynn's marriage to Oliver. Du Lynn was a complex tapestry of love, support, betrayal, and resilience. Their union was marked by staggering emotional highs and crushing lows, and it played a pivotal role in shaping Loretta's life and career. Du was her unwavering advocate, the one who first believed in her potential and pushed her to pursue a music career when she doubted herself. He bought her first guitar, encouraged her to write and perform, and stood by her side as she navigated the challenging terrain of the music industry. Du's support came at a steep emotional cost. Du's infidelities and volatile behavior caused Loretta immense pain, and the scars of their marriage were deeply personal. In her autobiography, she recounted one of the most heartbreaking moments of their relationship. While she was in the hospital giving birth to their son, Du callously informed her he was leaving for another woman. The anguish of that moment might have broken a lesser person, but Loretta used her pain as fuel, transforming her personal struggles into music that spoke to millions. Despite the turbulence, Loretta credited Du with being the driving force behind her success. She openly admitted that, without his push and belief in her talent, she may never have stepped onto a stage or picked up a pen to write the songs that made her a legend. Their marriage, though deeply flawed, became the crucible in which Loretta's artistry was forged, giving her music the raw, honest edge that resonated so deeply with fans. Her story during these formative years reveals a woman who, even at her most overwhelmed, never let go of her aspirations. The sacrifices and choices she made as a young wife and mother shaped the authenticity of her music, allowing her to connect with audiences on a deeply personal level. Loretta Lynn wasn't just a country music star. She was a voice for the women who knew what it meant to juggle love, family, and the pursuit of something greater. Amidst the chaos of her marriage, Loretta found a guiding light in her friendship with Patsy Cline. The two women met when Loretta was still a budding artist and quickly developed a sister-like bond. Patsy became more than a mentor. She was a confidant who supported Loretta both professionally and personally. Patsy's generosity knew no bounds. She even helped Loretta furnish her home, famously gifting her old drapes and other essentials. Their friendship was one of mutual admiration and respect. Patsy's boldness and confidence inspired Loretta to stand taller and believe in her own abilities. Tragically, this transformative bond was cut short when Patsy died in a plane crash in 1963. The loss devastated Loretta, leaving her without the friend who had been her rock during her early years in the industry. The memory of Patsy's friendship, however, remained a cornerstone of Loretta's life. Both women shared an unparalleled ability to convey raw emotion through their music, connecting deeply with audiences. Patsy was known for her soulful voice and heartfelt delivery, traits Loretta admired and, in many ways, carried forward after Patsy's untimely passing. In the years that followed, Loretta was often regarded as the spiritual successor to Patsy, continuing the tradition of authenticity and emotional depth that defined her mentor's music. She expanded on Patsy's influence, infusing her songs with the unfiltered realities of her own life. From heartbreak to resilience, Loretta's music wasn't just a continuation. It was a bold evolution that cemented her place as a trailblazer in her own right. Their relationship was later immortalized in a TV movie, celebrating the profound connection between two trailblazing women in country music. Loretta carried Patsy's influence with her, drawing strength from their time together as she continued to rise in the music world. In both her marriage and her friendships, Loretta Lynn found inspiration, heartbreak, and the kind of stories that would define her legacy. These relationships weren't just chapters in her life. They were the lifeblood of the music that turned her into a country music icon. In 1980, Loretta Lynn's life story transcended the world of music and took center stage in Hollywood with the release of Coal Miner's Daughter. The film, based on Loretta's autobiography of the same name, became an instant sensation, resonating with audiences and critics alike. It wasn't just a retelling of her rise to fame, it was a heartfelt tribute to the struggles and triumphs of a woman who defied the odds. Sissy Spacek, who took on the daunting role of portraying Loretta, delivered a performance that was nothing short of transformative. Spacek didn't just act, she embodied Loretta, capturing her spirit, resilience, and authenticity. Her dedication to the role was evident. She even sang all of Loretta's songs herself, bringing an added layer of realism to the film. Spacek's portrayal was so powerful that it earned her an Academy Award for Best Actress, solidifying Coal Miner's Daughter as a landmark achievement in both film and music history. Loretta's involvement in the production ensured the story stayed true to her life. She worked closely with the filmmakers, offering personal insights and anecdotes that gave the movie its genuine, heartfelt tone. Loretta's pride in the project was palpable. She often spoke about how thrilled she was with the outcome, describing it as a faithful representation of her journey from a poor coal miner's daughter in Kentucky to a country music superstar. The film wasn't just a success at the box office, it became a cultural phenomenon. It introduced Loretta's story to a broader audience, many of whom may not have been familiar with her music. More importantly, it immortalized her legacy, ensuring that her story of grit, determination, and unyielding faith in herself would inspire generations to come. Coal Miner's Daughter remains a shining example of how a life filled with hardship and triumph can captivate the world. Through this film, Loretta Lynn not only celebrated her incredible journey, but also cemented her place as a cultural icon whose story continues to resonate with anyone who dares to dream big despite humble beginnings. Loretta Lynn's later years were marked by profound loss and heartbreak, yet they also revealed the incredible depth of her resilience. In 1984, she endured one of the most devastating moments of her life when her son, Jack Benny, tragically drowned while attempting to cross Duck River on horseback at the family's Hurricane Mills Ranch. At the time of his death, Loretta was hospitalized due to extreme exhaustion brought on by her relentless touring schedule. The news of Jack's passing compounded her physical and emotional suffering, leaving an indelible mark on her life. Just as Loretta was beginning to cope with the loss of her son, another heartbreak loomed on the horizon. Her husband, Dew, whose health had been declining for years due to diabetes and heart issues, passed away in 1996. Despite their tumultuous relationship, Dew had been a central figure in Loretta's life and career, and his absence left her feeling profoundly lonely. She later described how she struggled to adjust to life without him, often imagining she saw him in the shadows of their home. In the face of these tragedies, Loretta turned to the one thing that had always been her solace: music. By the late 1970s, Loretta Lynn had solidified her status as a trailblazer. She became the first woman to win the Entertainer of the Year award at the CMA, a milestone that inspired countless female artists to follow in her footsteps. In addition, her autobiography, Coal Miner's Daughter, became a bestseller and later the foundation for an Academy Award-winning film. Loretta's fearless storytelling and determination to address taboo topics set her apart, ensuring her music remained timeless. Loretta Lynn's influence extended far beyond music as she became a beloved figure in American culture. She performed at the White House multiple times, starting in 1971 at the invitation of President Richard Nixon. Her presence graced administrations from Jimmy Carter to Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, and George W. Bush, showcasing her universal appeal. Though she often expressed her personal views on social and political issues, Loretta preferred to stay apolitical in her music. In her 1976 autobiography, she wrote, "I don't like to talk about things that divide people. My music isn't about politics." Yet she wasn't afraid to voice her support for candidates she believed in, campaigning for George H.W. Bush in 1988 and later endorsing Donald Trump in 2016, stating, "I just think he's the only one who can turn this country around." Songwriting became her therapy, a way to process her grief and honor the memories of her loved ones. One such tribute was "I Can't Hear the Music," a deeply personal song that reflected her longing and sorrow after Due's death. Through her music, Loretta turned personal loss into a universal message of hope, touching the hearts of fans worldwide. Over the course of her career, Loretta Lynn received numerous accolades, cementing her place in music history. She was inducted into the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1983, the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1988, and the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2008. In 2013, President Barack Obama awarded her the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the United States. These honors are a testament to Loretta's profound impact on country music and American culture. In addition to her music, Loretta Lynn supported causes she deeply cared about. She partnered with PETA, allowing them to use her song, "I Wanna Be Free," in a campaign advocating for better treatment of dogs in cold weather. This act demonstrated her compassion and willingness to use her platform for positive change. Even as she navigated the trials of later life, Loretta Lynn proved that her creative spirit was far from extinguished. At the age of 72, she staged a remarkable comeback with her 42nd studio album, Van Leer Rose. Produced by Jack White of the White Stripes, the album marked a bold departure from her traditional country sound, blending her timeless storytelling with a modern, raw edge. Van Leer Rose marked Loretta's triumphant return to the spotlight, earning critical acclaim and introducing her artistry to a new generation. Younger generations, many of whom had never been exposed to Loretta's music, found themselves captivated by her honesty and artistry. The album climbed to the number 2 spot on the Billboard Top Country Albums chart and received universal acclaim, showcasing Loretta's ability to reinvent herself while staying true to her roots. Working with Jack White also demonstrated Loretta's openness to collaboration and innovation, qualities that kept her relevant in an ever-evolving music industry. White himself spoke of Loretta with immense admiration, describing her as a fearless artist whose storytelling transcended genres and generations. Through Van Leer Rose, Loretta Lynn reminded the world that age is no barrier to creativity or reinvention. It was a triumphant chapter in a career that had already spanned decades, solidifying her legacy as a trailblazer who never stopped pushing boundaries. Whether in times of sorrow or celebration, Loretta's unwavering passion for music remained the heartbeat of her extraordinary life. Though her journey was filled with heartbreak, challenges, and profound losses, it was also one of unparalleled triumph and artistic brilliance. Loretta Lynn passed away on October 4th, 2022, at the age of 90, surrounded by the love of her family at her beloved home in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. Her family confirmed that she died peacefully in her sleep, marking the end of a life lived with extraordinary passion and determination. Although the exact cause of her passing was not disclosed, Loretta faced significant health challenges in her later years, including a stroke in 2017 and a hip fracture in 2018. Despite these setbacks, her spirit and resilience remained undiminished. Her music, deeply rooted in personal experiences, continues to serve as a beacon of honesty and strength. From her humble beginnings in a Kentucky coal miner's cabin to the dazzling stages of the Grand Ole Opry and beyond, Loretta's story remains a source of inspiration. Her songs spoke to the struggles and triumphs of everyday people, particularly women, in a way that was both groundbreaking and enduring. Loretta Lynn's impact on the country music industry is immeasurable. She wasn't just a star, she was a pioneer who paved the way for future generations of female artists. Through her unapologetic storytelling and fearless approach to songwriting, Loretta challenged societal norms and redefined what it meant to be a country musician. Though she is no longer with us, her voice remains eternal. Her music, filled with tales of love, loss, and resilience, continues to play in the hearts of her fans. Loretta Lynn's life was a testament to the power of authenticity and perseverance, and her legacy will live on as long as there are stories to tell and songs to sing. Thank you for watching. Loretta Lynn's life is a testament to the power of perseverance and authenticity in the face of adversity. From her groundbreaking achievements in country music to the personal struggles she transformed into art, Loretta's story continues to inspire generations. If you enjoyed this dive into her incredible journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned for more captivating stories of heartbreak, resilience, and triumph from the world of music. See you next time.